Yes, so dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. Be comfortable to yourself and relax your body. Yes, so dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. Be comfortable to yourself and relax your body. So keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. And gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you focus to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, in these ongoing meditation sessions, we always try to give some basic informations related to meditation and how you can use it, apply it for your day-to-day life, and at the same time, how you can develop your spiritual practice. So this everything depends on practice, especially Buddha's teaching. Once you learn, you have to apply it to yourself and experience it. Through the experience, there is a wisdom arise. Not just by listening, not just by thinking about it, but by practicing. When it comes to Buddha's teaching, this all teaching based with the mind. Mind is the forerunner. So the mind is the creator. And so that once you understand it, you have to be very careful. Why? Because what you think, you become. So your subconscious mind, actually when it comes to the Buddhism, there is no subconscious mind. It's the consciousness. In the Western, we use this word subconscious mind. Consciousness and the brain. So somehow, brain activate according to the nature of the consciousness. So the brain is not such a independent, separated organ or place create thoughts. So it's like this electricity. Just if I give a very material example. So just imagine any electronic item depend on the power. So once the power is there, it capable to function. So same like not only your brain, the entire your body function by the consciousness. So the consciousness is kind of like the very main powerhouse. So the consciousness is the same word we call the mind. So the mind is the powerhouse for your brain. So the brain activate depending on the nature of the mind. And not only the brain, entire your body. So then remember, the mind is like a detective. So the very nature of the detective, he or she always collect information, go behind something. So same like your mind, it invisibly go behind things. So the whatever that habitual patterns that already in our mind give the power to go behind things. So then you have to remember yourself, whatever you remind, whatever you think, always, knowingly or unknowingly, visibly or invisibly, you're going to experience. Then you have a very good chance, you have a very good opportunity now. What is that opportunity that you have? You are capable to get out of this all the thinking pattern and develop a very brand new method of thinking pattern. So when it comes to meditation, in Pali word it called the bhavana, mental culture, and there is another meaning. The bhavana means that one meaning is practice, discipline. the way you discipline with your mind, also called bhavana. So there are two kinds of meditation techniques. Basically, we practice tranquility meditation and vipassana meditation. So tranquility meditation means the samatha meditation and the vipassana meditation. Samatha means tranquilizing mind, developing undisturbed mind. And the vipassana means you deeply critically analyze without becoming biased to anything, completely experience and understand how things come to be as they are. So to analyze that, in the very beginning, you have to first experience things as it is, related to your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, followed by the object we experience, whatever the perception we perceive. And at the same time, form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition. So it's kind of like a internal observation and external observation. This both. But from the beginning, you have to, most of time, we have to practice tranquility meditation, tranquilizing mind, calming down our mind, relaxing, allowing your mind to settle down. Why? Because your mind is so busy. So for that, you need a mental object. Why? Because our mind always follow objects. Object, symbols, words, names, those are the very creators in the mind. So the mind has the very language, and the mind always going to understand things through these things. So then in the beginning, you cannot just release your mind from this everything. So you need an object. That object also, when it comes to this tranquility meditation, we take the breathing as the primary mental object, and then you detach from all other object and try to become harnessed with one object, observing the inhalation exhalations as it is. So tranquilizing means having undisturbed mind. So then you have to get out of this all the disturbed things. But you get a mental object. So that mental object also make you undisturbed. Mental object also make you disturb. How? When you observe the inhalation, exhalation. So it is not just the inhalation, exhalation there. Sometimes it become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. So this undisturbed, unrest process, you have to follow. You have to recognize. Because suddenly the mind cannot detach from all the disturbed things. So to have an undisturbed mind, first what you need to do, listen this very carefully and try to understand. Your mind itself now, when it comes to very conventional level of mind, ordinary mind, it is very disturbed. It is not only for you. Remember that. It is very normal. So then what we need to do, the very first thing, we have to get out of all the unnecessary disturbed things. We have to be disciplined to be with one disturbed mental object. Because most of people think once they start to focus to breathing, mind going to settle down there. No. The breathing also very disturbed object. Why? It's become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. So when you start to observe, your mind get more disturbed. Why you get disturbed? Because you have a concept, you have an idea, you hope. Once you start to observe the breathing, your mind going to calm down. It's not going to happen because the breathing is not something that settle down, undisturbed things. Breathing itself disturbing. It has the very changing nature. But what you need to do, just try to recognize that nature. Just be with it. So whatever experience comes, recognize it. Only thing, don't interfere with it. Don't involving with it. Don't try to maintain or don't try to guide or don't try to control your breathing. Just observe. In the tranquility meditation, in the samatha meditation, it also has two meditation methods. In samatha, that conventional level of meditation is just observing inhalation, exhalation. And there is a way you can practice the tranquility meditation which can helpful for your vipassana meditation. Maybe in your day-to-day life, for your health benefit, maybe to develop your creativity, to have a very sharp and clear mind, to become more productive, you need a very clear mind, kind of like to enjoy this conventional level of life. So for that, you can use this samatha meditation or tranquility meditation, that just observing inhalation, exhalation. It may not going to help for your vipassana level of practice. Because going to vipassana level of practice is very different. Don't try, because most of time we see now the word with the vipassana, there are a lot of people try to practice it, and everywhere very famous this word, and a lot of people practice this 10-day meditation practice, 10-day meditation course. It is good. But you cannot use the vipassana to develop your productivity. You cannot use the vipassana for development of your company. You cannot use the vipassana for this conventional level of success. You can use the tranquility meditation. And even in that tranquility meditation, in the very, very certain part of it, because go into vipassana level is a very, very kind of like different. So you have to have a very clear right view for that. This is what we don't have most of time. So maybe you practice something, but you don't have the clear view regarding it. Just imagine, because according to that right view, according to your viewpoint, that what you do going to change, difference. Just imagine if you want to lose your weight, your body fat. So then what you need to do? You should not eat rice. You should not eat bread. And you should not take any fat. Kind of like trans fat. And you should not intake sugar. So that kind of things. And it will, and then your lifestyle you have to change. You have to exercise, walk 45 minutes, and consistency, you have to keep doing it again and again and repeat within 48 hours. Keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. By the time, drink enough water. So kind of like there's a method that you have to follow. Why? To reduce the fat. And then just imagine you practice like wrestling. You want to be a sumo fighter. So then what you need to do? So that your view, you want to become a sumo fighter. So then what you need to do? You have to eat a lot of fat. You have to eat rice. You have to eat potato. And you become kind of like a very fatty, chubby. And you have to sleep. You have to rest so much. And then you're going to become like that. So just imagine then you want to lose your weight, but if you do things like whatever the lifestyle like the sumo fighter, then you cannot become like, you cannot lose the weight, even though you want. So this is the very basic principle of the cause and effect. Understand the mechanism of the nature, reality of the nature, the law of the nature. You have to know and you just follow it. Then you become. So then just imagine the very method of the vipassana is not to develop your creativity. The vipassana is going to the depth of the truth. Vipassana is the method to find the ultimate freedom. So then you cannot use the vipassana to become a millionaire. It doesn't work. That is the worst thing can happen to meditation. So then that's why remember yourself that what you want, what your viewpoint. because that is very important, not what we have. We have all the methods, the mechanism, the techniques, the teachings and everything. But the very problem is the very viewpoint that we carrying within us. We want to enjoy the life, we want to have the fun, and then through the vipassana, you cannot find it. You cannot find it. If you want to enjoy the life, there's another way that you have to do it. Don't try to combine this together. It doesn't work. Fire and the water, you cannot keep together. It doesn't work. So the vipassana is a method that take us to ultimate freedom. Freedom from the world, another way, freedom from our own mind, the freedom from our habitual patterns, freedom from our own inner desire, freedom from the suffering that we go through ourselves in this life, to this samsaric journey. So if anybody ready for that, and then what you need to do, rather than practicing that conventional level of tranquility meditation, rather than just observing and go with this disturbed kind of like meditation, samatha meditation, you have to slowly go into the next level, because samatha meditation you can practice in two levels. One is because the object is very disturbed itself, so then you can go with it, you can harness with it. But by the time, how you can go to the vipassana level, when you observe, rather than recognizing long, short, heavy, soft, warm, cold, kind of like that, rather than following that details, if you are capable to observe the very change, each and every inhalation, you just see the change. You don't name it as long or short or heavy, soft, or kind of like that. If you are capable to see the change, rather than naming it or forming it or try to format it, then you slowly shift from this conventional level to eternal level of meditation. Remember that the very view that you have going to change. There are many people became millionaires just winning lottery ticket. They became millionaires, and by the time they became homeless. But there are janitors, there are very poor people, work hard, and they became millionaires. They both, see, somebody became a millionaire and then became homeless, bankruptcy. Some used to be a homeless or very poor, bankruptcy, and then became a millionaire. These both happened ultimately because of their behavior, their viewpoint regarding their life. What you want, Remember, what you think, you become. So sometimes we think, oh, I want to be free. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, kind of like that. But if you look very carefully, it's just a thought. Really, there is something else in your mind, in your subconscious mind, you hold it. So you have to slowly remodel your mind. So this is the very base when it comes to meditation. Once you find that you want to be free, once you find that you want to change yourself, you have to go to a method to remodel your brain, your mind, your subconscious mind. Why you have to do it? Because your life means always recalling, depending you from your past experience. So the most of the past experience that you went through, difficulties, and sometimes the fear, or sometimes unsatisfaction, anger, hatred, jealousy, those are very, very powerful, strong emotions that hold us. So when your mind repeat unconsciously 24/7, when you keep talking, when you keep doing things, most of time your mind invisibly recalling your memory related to that. Very, on a practice point of view, we can use this name kind of like a very negative level of memory. That's why you start to go through the same thing again and again and again. So then, even just imagine that there was a janitor became a millionaire, and there is a millionaire became homeless. Same mind. Same mind they both have, but what happens? Invisibly, what our mind keep repeating change our mind, change our life. So we are people. If I bring a very material example, simile, you are a kind of like a person have a mansion with the balcony that you can see very, very beautiful, nice view, landscape. And for that that balcony, like in a palace, the king always have this 360-degree view balcony. So you are the same like that. You have it. You are capable to see all the beauty around, but still you are living in the basement in dark. You feel so comfortable there. That's how we are. That is the nature of the way we use this mind. We are in a basement in the morning, in the evening. We don't want to go to the balcony and see the sunrise or sunset, or we don't want to see the landscape. We don't want to see the beauty around this. So the practicing meditation is like you are transforming from this dark basement to to balcony. So what you need for that? You need the very view inside your mind to see the outside view. So for that, if you have it very clearly for that, then this exercise is going to work for you. So otherwise, what happened? Your past memories always create that. Listen this very carefully. Your past memories, that whatever your past experience create your future opportunities, create your reality, determines and bring the experience to you. And it doesn't matter whatever good or bad. It doesn't have any understanding. Mind go with the repetition. That is where the mind become powerful. So then, in the conventional level, the very first practice you need to do, start to bring very clear, positive level of habitual pattern and remodel yourself. When you're remodeling, work is, you can start it with the objects around you. There are many objects around you, knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously, effect for your life. You don't see that. It disturbs you. So then the very first thing, remember to fix this object and get out of this all the disturbed objects. And that will help for you to go into little bit deeper into you. So when it comes to our life, you have to remember it's all depend on the time, space, and matter. So one is the matter. So the work with it. So if anything is unnecessary, or if anything is disturbed, don't focus to people first. Let the people to be there. You start to work with the little objects that are around you. Just as example, you have a handbag. And sometimes it's maybe loose, handle is loose or broken. Don't use it. Don't use it. Because it unconsciously disturbs you. So maybe you're wearing a jewelry. It's a little bit broken. Not fixed well. Don't do it. Don't use it. If you want to use, fix it first. So that is remodeling. Another thing is, if it is trigger some kind of bad memory, don't use it. Get it up, get out of it. So that practice is that's why when it comes to the very word called bhavana, and a deeper level, discipline. One meaning, discipline. So now you become disciplined with your mind. You know it is disturbing you. Why you keep it with you? Why you keep looking at it? Why you use it? Because you know it disturbs you. If you want to use it, fix it. Otherwise, get out of it. Another thing is the time. It is very important. So whatever you think, whatever you do, you cannot do it all the time, anytime. Because we living in this very conventional world. The conventional world depend on ideas. Ideas depend on patterns. Patterns go with the habits. Habits go with the methods. This is a huge network. So then, when it comes to ourselves, our mind also go with the certain kind of repetition. So then yourself, if you look very carefully, the most of the same thing you keep repeating at the same time. So if it is not giving you benefit, or if that whatever you keep repeating, not giving the profitable result, remember, still if you want to keep doing it, how you can minimize, change the time. Once you change the time, your habit's going to become weaker. See, you're not going to just not to do it. You slowly change the time. And then once the habit become weaker, you can go to another thing. See, this timing is very, very important. We are mostly emotionally biased. We are mostly depend on the emotions. Remember that your emotions trigger you, call you, related to certain time period. Try to work with it. Work with it. Don't answer the call during that time. So that is you remodeling your inner clock. You set up it to different line. And even you want to practice meditation. In the beginning, you can keep practice it in a certain time period. In the morning, early in the morning, sometimes the most of people say for the spiritual practice, the Brahma Murti. So the very 45 minutes before the sunrise is good for most of, but sometimes it's not going to work for everybody. So you have to keep practice in a certain time periods every day and little bit changing the time. Then by the time, maybe for some people, morning, it doesn't go that much, but at night, your meditation works so better. Your mental practice become more strong, maybe in the evening. So like that, you have to keep trying. And then you have to understand which time period is work for you. So remodel yourself, your inner clock. Another thing is symbols. Using symbols is a major part in our life. we use the Buddha statues. So all other, singing bowl. So this kind of yin and yang. So we people depend, most of the time we use the symbols. So, but knowingly or unknowingly, sometimes there are some symbols disturb us. So you have to look around and see which kind of symbols disturb you. And slowly get out of it and try to replace something work for you. So that remodeling yourself, these outside things, and give us kind of like a very comfortable environment. And remodeling the time circle give you a very, very comfortable way of life to keep doing things. And at the same time, deeply you have to understand this all we try to take to deeper level of our mind to remodel our view. Because you have to remember that whatever the view that you hold, going to take you to that place. So then slowly start to find the right view for you to see. Are you want to just go with this conventional level, nothing wrong with it. Or are you really want to find the freedom? Or are you looking for the truth? Are you looking for the liberation? So conventional level of success to transforming to a spiritual level of success is your choice. Everybody cannot do it at the same time. In this sansaric journey, maybe we don't know in which milestone that you are passing by. But according to you, first try to remember, try to look into you, have a very clear understanding what you really want. And then from that point, start to practice. Again and again, again and again. Knowingly that what you want, consistency, keep practice. Be disciplined with it. And then you will go there. And then once you understand it work for you, then you can set up the highest goal. From the beginning, you may no need to do the highest goal. Because the Nibbana or the freedom is the highest goal. Just imagine this high jump player. When they jumping, little by little, they train. And then it will take them to become a world record holder or the Olympic champion. So same like, don't just try to go here and there, do many things, and today you do this and tomorrow you do that, and today you like this and tomorrow you criticize it. Don't do that. Then this samsara, this universe is not going to enough for you. This universe is not going to enough for you. Every day full of drama, every day full of chaos in your life. Every time. Million eons that you will come back and you will keep doing the same thing. But you have a very good opportunity now to be very clear, be disciplined with your mind. Because that, remember what you think you become. So then be disciplined with your thoughts. Go a little bit deeper. Because one thought has the power to make a huge effect. Remember that, one thought. So then just imagine for a day, how many thoughts that you have. That most of thoughts make it kind of like a wasting time. So why you giving a space for that things? So then yourself, be very limited for certain thoughts. Remember, if there is a kind of like you have the power to create the world, it's like the power of the God is in you. So then you cannot just keep thinking whatever you want. Why? Because maybe it can become next day. So then you have to be very slow. You have to take time. And as you know that it says like most beautiful things, the God create with the very restful mind, right? So same like you are capable to make your blueprint, change your blueprint, change your foundation, change your structure. And you have the wisdom, you have the opportunity to make it to the best level. But you have to do it consciously. So for that, take time. Don't be hurried. Don't allow your mind to think whatever thoughts. No. Be disciplined with your thoughts and start to merge with all the profitable thoughts and get out of the greed, hatred, and the delusion and maximize the thoughts related to loving kindness, generosity, compassion, and wisdom. And little by little, start to navigate your view. Deeply ask the question yourself, what you want. What you want. And once you know that, be disciplined with it. And once you go there, then you will recognize maybe there is something else. So then from that point, you can start to look into that. But always don't keep looking here and there. It doesn't work for you. So that's why from the beginning, we practice this tranquility meditation. Even though we call it tranquility meditation, the very mental object is not a kind of like a tranquil, it doesn't have that quality. We want to have the very undisturbed mind, and we trying to observe the very disturbed object. So nothing wrong with it. But if you go with it, remember how you can go to the deeper level, start to observe the change. Otherwise, just observe inhalation, exhalation, long, short, and just you can go with details. So little by little, you can go to the next level. Somehow, always remember, you are your own creator. So then, you have the opportunity to ask the best, go for the highest, without going here and there. So if you come to that discipline from this point, your life going to change. So always remember that. No one is responsible for you. All the responsibilities related to your life is in your hand. So take it, and Dharma or the teachings or the Buddha's teaching always going to become a guideline if you're ready to take the fully responsibility to yourself and move forward. And it's not going to take you here and there. If you really have the faith to be with it, it's going to take you to the ultimate bliss of Nibbana. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck get straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say so patveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. So in the beginning, you can observe inhalation, exhalation, long, short, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Or by the time you can just observe only the change that's happening. Do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. So visualize yourself and send it as a light to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, to spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. Also, by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata cha ammi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabbha sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabbha sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabbha sampatti siddhya Imaya Dhamma Dhamma Patipattiya Buddhang Pujemi Dhammang Pujemi Sanghang Pujemi Attaya Imaya Patipattiya Jati Jara Vyadhi Maranam Ha Paribunjisami Idamme Punya Kammang Asavakkaya Vahang Hotu Sabba Dukkha Pamunchatu. Bless.